First of all, it's really an honor to be present here and represent Carmeuse in the IFAMA seminar. It's a great organization. Congratulations to all the organizers. And also it's a privilege to share this panel with such a high caliber professionals. And you put me to close that. What a pressure, huh?
Penalty shots.
Well, I want to talk today about chemistry, right, and the power that can drive the innovation and changes in the agribusiness. So I will split my presentation in 3 pieces. I will do a quick intro of myself and Carmeuse, maybe different from Nestlé. Carmeuse is not a common name to most of you, so I will show a little bit about our company, and then invite you to a reflection on the innovation and the stage of our industry, and then show some examples of our new technologies that are being launched to the market. So first, a little bit about me. I'm a chemical professional, as Tony said, with 25 years experience in the chemical industry. As a disclaimer, I should say I started my professional life with 10 years old, so that's why the 25. Joke aside, right? But as Tony said, right, I came from a different background. I was serving on the chemical industry, different industries, recently mainly mining. But it's very interesting to see the similarities of the challenges and maybe a little bit of the bad reputation that industries like the agro and mining have, which is obviously completely misleading. And we have a responsibility to clarify that, right, obviously. Now, a little bit about Carmeuse. Carmeuse is a young company, someone said a young startup founded in 1860, so over 160 years in Belgium, right, is a private-owned Belgian company, which is evolving from being a lime and limestone producer, right, and supplier to really a solutions and supplier, right? So we are in the middle of this journey. The company started in Brazil in 2019, so with the acquisition of a trading business, a trading lime business, and also one manufacturing plant in the city of Formiga in the Minas Gerais state. And now we are evolving also with the construction and really commissioning of 3 new modern plants here in 2 in the state of São Paulo, Taquaritinga and Araçatuba, and 1 in the state of Minas Gerais in Uberlândia. Obviously, those new assets are driven by the demand of the agribusiness, and we believe we will have the capacity to respond and supply. Additional to the capacity on the industrial capacity that we are heavily investing on, we also have spent a lot of effort and time in a technology hub that we built recently, and where we have a lot of a very qualified team of researchers and technical professionals really driving to find solutions for well-identified unmet needs of the industry. Professor Alan, I think you refer to this as innovation theater when we do research without a purpose, right, or without really understanding what is the problem we are trying to solve. And at Carmeuse, we are very responsible with that. Right? We try to make sure that all the efforts are being targeted to a well-identified need. Right? And we have identified several of those needs and have a very robust pipeline of projects and products that we will be developing in the near future. And I will prove my point in the end of this presentation with 3 examples of that. So in a nutshell, Carmeuse is evolving from being a limestone company to more of a solutions and service provider. We have over close to 6,000 employees around the world, 59 plants, 55 mines, and really a global player, right, with customers around the globe. Now, introductions made, I want to go to my reflection and invited you to this. And this graph that I built here has no intention to be perfect or have a well-defined criteria for the areas or phases that I'm trying to illustrate. It's really an illustrative point to bring a reflection to all of us. if you look to our industry, right, to the agro industry, one could say that the first phase is really an artisanal phase, right, when we had results or yields that are maybe averaging 50%. Then we evolved, right? There was an effort to develop equipments, design equipments to solve issues, and we might have jumped that value creation, let's say, to around 65, 70%. And then more recently, right, there is a third phase where automation and continuous improvement, a higher attention to process have been implemented, and we might have jumped that value creation to, let's say, 85, 90%. But now we are in a critical moment here, right? We have the opportunity, and I would say not just an opportunity, but a responsibility to start a new step change process. Now, this step change is really a dilemma, right? And an industry dilemma, not just on the agro side, but I think also in other industries. But either we continue in a process that will generate stagnation, and we're going to have incremental improvements in our processes without really a significant value creation, or we take the opportunity of collaboration, partnership, and knowledge sharing, right, really to create value. At Carmeus, we believe on that. We are working with universities, we are working with consultants, and we have several other partnerships that we believe would be fruitful and will help to resolve a lot of the industry issues. We truly believe that nobody can do that by themselves, right, in isolation. If there is no collaboration, it will be a very hard journey, right? So we need to collaborate. So getting to my point, right, I mentioned that I would have a demonstration of our efforts. So the first one I want to highlight today is a product that the team has developed and launched called Celafil, which is used, right, for protection on citrus crops. Right, we have done some recently trials that demonstrate that that product can protect citrus, especially orange, on heat stress, right? So it has demonstrated to control the temperature on fruits and leaves on the citrus side, and also has a very interesting feedback from farmers and to show that product has a very good adherence to the leaves and fruits even after raining, which seems to be a very unique characteristic of the product. Additionally, has been highlighted the benefit of having a little bit of a repellent effect against a very well-known disease called greening, right, on the citrus industry. So it's a very interesting technology that we are testing and seeing the results for a very well-defined problem of heat stress and greening disease. Another one that I want to share is a product called Soil A. I think Pedro refers to the quality of the soil in the state of São Paulo on his talk, as well as others. One of the challenges is really to make available the nutrition elements for the plant roots, right, and that. So Soil A is a solution that enables that. Obviously, there are other technologies that provides the same elements, but there are solids that are put on the surface of the soil and take time to reach the root level, right, and be absorbed by the plants. In our case, Soil A is a solution, so it's a liquid product that make almost on real time available those nutrients, calcium, magnesium, and sulfur, to the plant. So we obviously see the gaps and deficits of nutrition on the soil, and this is a technology that comes to address that issue. Another benefit we have seen, especially on the sugarcane side, that has been mentioned to us, is the benefit of the handling of the product as a liquid product and for direct application can eliminate a number of unity operations and simplify the process for the producers. So last but not least, right, I want to talk also about a technology called Neutramol. Neutramol is a product that we spend a lot of time and effort on the research team in understanding the particle size, superficial areas, and impact on rheology to really develop a high quality and purity product that is stable up to concentrations of 40%. So this is a product that is being used in a number of different industries, but here on the agro side, on the sugar cane mills, to treat the sugar juice and other stages of the product, but also with this great benefit of even on a safety and sustainability standpoint, avoiding exposures of employees to prepare a chemical product like the milk of lime, which with the traditional lime, which is a little bit tricky, and we have seen accidents on that. So as a ready-to-use product is also a great benefit for the industry. So in a nutshell, I hope to be able to demonstrate that we at Carmills, we are very worried about understanding the dynamics of the industry, understanding unmet needs, really identifying those, and trying to develop solutions that are robust against those issues.
Thank you, Ricardo.
Thank you very much.
I have a question.
Yes.
Just going back to the second thing that you have in calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. I mean, you know, calcium is very lazy moving around in the soil and even in the plant. I mean, that goes from soil scientists to plant physiologists. And it's really that, calcium. So, I mean, how do you differentiate from other, you know, vendors or other kind of inventions? Is this really complicated? Is it really sophisticated? That will be one question. And the other one will be, I mean, you're a mining guy. Those guys are a mining company. I saw those pictures, okay? Why now spin-off on some little different thing? You're, I mean, transporting water everywhere with calcium and with your solutions. It's not that I'm going against it. I'm just saying why somebody that has already a well-established 55 plants of mining all over the world decides to, I mean, sell a bunch of liters of calcium.
Yes, no, I will start with that one and then go to the other one. So Carmills, the strategy really is, as I said, is a transformation from being a commodity supplier, right, a lime and limestone world leader. Actually, we are a world leader on that, on those products, but really to transition more to a solution service model. And we see in the agro side, right, needs and clear unmet needs, as I mentioned before, that our technologies and our chemistry, we believe, can have a big impact.
Yeah, but I mean, I need to interrupt you here. The thing is, out of the mindset of the management skills, you have people that know about the stuff that you were talking. Mm-hmm. Why would they now have other problems for 2% of their revenue? That's what I'm saying.
Well, not to be 2% of the revenue on at least on this region.
Okay,
is really what we are in our plan and strategy is really what is going to be driving our growth.
So this is really growing much larger than we expect today.
Definitely so. We believe it's really growing much faster, at least for us as a company. We do see on the more traditional applications growth as well, but not on the same pace. Here is a much stronger growth. And I guess, as I mentioned, based on our belief of those products and technologies being of a great impact to very clear needs that tend to be even more aggravated with time.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Ricardo Capanema.
Thank you.